Welcome to the Choose on Purpose podcast, where we live with intention. This is the podcast where we ignite your inner power to lead with intention and confidence. I'm Becky Plautz, your host, and today's episode is all about managing the mind. We're going to talk techniques for staying focused and aligned in your beautiful, busy, multi passionate life. Or, as I quoted today, I am in charge of my abundant schedule so I can make those choices. Let's dive in. To my soulful, success driven women out there, this episode is for you. Juggling a business, family, creative pursuits, and maybe even your own personal growth journey. We've got big dreams, powerful intentions, and you're constantly trying to show up as the leader, mom, partner, and visionary you know you're meant to be. But let's be real. The mind can be a tricky place to manage, downright challenging. Staying focused and aligned, especially when your to-do list never seems to end, can feel like a battle every single day. Can I get an amen? But here's the thing. When you manage your mind, everything else falls into place. It gives the space for everything to fall into place. When you're clear, you're focused, and you feel aligned with who you are and what you want, this is what we're calling soulful success, right? It becomes your reality. Today, we're going to share with you some practical strategies to keep your mental clarity intact, keep your focus laser sharp, and ensure yourself that you remain aligned with your higher purpose, even when it gets chaotic, right? It gets a little rocky. And that alignment is super important. So the power of having those intentional management skills, strategies for your mind is where we're going to go right now. So I want to start by saying this. You are in control. One of my affirmations is I am capable. I choose to let go of what I can't control. So what that means for me is that I practice remembering that I am in control of what I am in control of. Your mind is powerful. And when you learn how to manage it intentionally, you tap into an unstoppable force. That is you. But what does that mean really? Intentional mind management really means consistently choosing your thoughts and focusing on the ones that serve your highest good, right? We get the intrusive thoughts. Those ones are no longer serving. We let them go and we move to serve ourselves with the highest good thoughts that we have. It's about being aware of the stories that we are telling ourselves. So the stories you tell yourself, shift them into the narratives that will empower you. That's what I'm here to help you do. So it's about saying, I have these 10 things on the list today. I'm going to focus on one that moves me toward my purpose. And really, what I want you to do is focus on 3 for the day. Write down 3 for the day. I'm going to keep sharing this free resource with you. It's called a daily focus sheet. There is a spot for you to put in, what is my purpose today? There's a spot for the date. There's a spot for today's affirmation. There's 3 spots actually that say must do number 1, must do number 2, must do number 3. And then there's a fourth box that says must do bonus. This bonus is something that you are just excited, thrilled to do. And yes, it can be something self-care related. Maybe it's diving into that book you love that you started, that you haven't been creating enough space for it to get to. Spend 10 minutes in that book after you have moved through those first 3 must-dos of the day that are moving the needle toward your purpose. There's a spot for you to brain dump or think tank, get those ideas out of your head of maybe what you want to do tomorrow or additional things that you want to stay focused on or list out. And then there's a spot for you to write what's your victory for the day and what's your improvement that you would make. And this is a free resource that I'll link for you to grab. So looking at those things and knowing that you're going to focus on the ones that move the needle toward your purpose. All right, here we go. You've got events to plan, a team to lead, and kids to raise. You might be feeling like you're spinning your wheels, unsure of where to put your energy. But when you get intentional, you start to see that your mental clarity is your biggest asset, your greatest asset. You don't need to do everything right now. You just need to do what matters most in this moment to move the needle forward. Now let's dive into some real world techniques, okay? These practices will help you stay focused and aligned. They will support you no matter how much you've got on your plate. All right. So let's talk about morning routines, rituals, the mindset ritual. Okay. So we'll call this the get started mindset ritual. And the way that you start your day is what we're talking about. This sets the tone for everything that follows. This was a huge asset for me. I now wake up at least 3 times a week at 4:44 a.m. and begin my morning with rituals that ground me in my purpose. So this is my encouragement to you. Have some mindset rituals for yourself if you do not already. Run, don't walk. This could be a few minutes of meditation, of journaling, or simply taking a moment to breathe deeply and to set your intention for the day. Again, use this free daily focus sheet to do that. I actually encourage you to fill this out the night before so that it's not like, oh, the day is running already and what do I need to do? But doing that in the evening is actually what I would recommend. Okay. And finding those affirmations. Again, there's a spot for an affirmation for the day. I have loads of affirmations that I look at. But one could be, I am the creator of my day. I choose to move through it with clarity, focus, and purpose. Write that in there. Reference it. See it. All right. Number 2, the power of micro tasks. Okay, is something that your to-do list can make you feel scattered and overwhelmed, right? Because breaking things down into those micro tasks, those tiny bite-sized actions move you forward. You can celebrate them. You can see that something is moving, and tackling these small steps build momentum and it gives you a sense of accomplishment. I do believe that eating the frog is effective. So doing the one that you're most afraid of or hesitant on first so that it's a huge feeling of success that will just snowball those accomplishments through the day to get those smaller micro tasks. So they're powerful. And I still recommend eating the frog first, getting that bigger win. Then those small ones attached to that, just like boom, 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 boom. So good. So when you're prepping for that next mastermind or juggling family time with your business, think in those micro tasks. Instead of planning a whole event in one sitting, ask yourself, what's the next small thing I can do today? Right? Break it down. Give yourself the grace that everything doesn't need to be figured out. Maybe it's sending an email or an outline of the content or making one phone call around that event, right? It's each of those little steps that count, that matter, that move you forward. Number 3, time blocking for focus. Time blocking is a game changer for staying focused. Dedicated specific chunks of your day to different aspects of your life. For instance, block an hour for business tasks, block an hour for family, or an hour for self care. And if you think this is overwhelming, I'm going to push it further to say I'm working towards blocking out specific days, fully blocking out days to be conducive with 10x is easier than 2x book by Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan. I'm in a 10x mastermind group and we're working towards free days, buffer days, and focus days. And that is proving to be a challenge, and I'm excited to get to that point. But starting out, if you're right here right now, like what am I supposed to be doing with my time? How do I start managing it? Start with time blocking by doing maybe 3 hours for the day at a time. Okay? So when you commit to those chunks of time, whatever feels right for you, you're training your mind to stay focused on one thing at a time, which is why I do believe that focusing a day for creation, focusing a day on free time that I don't do anything related to business tasks, or thinking about business, those things. So it's really important to have those unplugged times and having that focus of one thing at a time versus, oh, it could have my attention here and then the other thing could have my attention here. I personally get more overwhelmed in that, which is why I am now in the transition of, can I create? Because, I'm in control of my abundant schedule, like I said at the beginning. So are you. But when we commit to the times that we are focused, when we commit to the times that we are free with our family, when we focus on the times that we are resting and rejuvenating ourselves, this prevents burnout and ensures that every area of our life gets the attention it deserves. And that does start with you, because if you stop working, and I mean like functioning, then everything else stops too, right? So keeping that in mind, that protecting your time for focus is super, super important. All right. We're going to talk about staying aligned, because it isn't just about, crossing things off the list. It's about staying connected to your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are those things on your calendar? Why are those commitments that you have said yes to, that you have made? What's the bigger reason behind your hustle? What's the deeper reason behind that hustle? Staying aligned means consistently checking in with your purpose and ensuring that your actions reflect it. This has been a reality check for me. I'm about to go for my 12-hour walk. I will link the website. It's an actual thing to go on a 12-hour walk. It's about solitude, it's about growth and giving myself the space to allow things to bubble up and work through them. And I've been thinking about it for 2 years, and I'm about to do that walk now. Actually, when this episode drops, I will have completed it. So I will definitely do a podcast about that experience and how I've been excited to do it because I feel like it will be a really big game changer for me to tap back into my why and what I'm doing, why I'm doing the things I'm doing, and staying aligned by checking in with myself and also unplugging, the importance of that, having that free time. The idea is that I'm unplugged for those 12 hours and on airplane mode, walking it out in nature, just me, my higher power, which I can call Gus, God, universe, source. It's whatever you want to call it. But I love the acronym of Gus for having that universal source. So anyway, that was a little tangent. I wasn't planning to share that, but it came out. So there we go. And okay, back to what I was saying though. You are a powerful woman, raising the next generation and leading women in business, in life. And I want you to remember this. Soulful success isn't just about what we accomplish, it's about how we feel while doing the things. Okay. Your alignment with your purpose is what makes success truly meaningful. And this is another reason that I'm excited for this walk because I've disconnected. I felt disconnected and I want to intentionally disconnect to bring those feelings and that purpose just on fire. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to share that with you. All right. Number 4, daily alignment check-ins. Throughout your day, pause for a quick alignment check, right? Asking yourself, is what I'm doing right now serving my higher purpose? This is something that I haven't been super great at, that I know when I was, oh my gosh, it was very insightful. So this is my encouragement to you and for me to hear this again, to have those alignment check-ins, right? Another way you could ask yourself about this is, does this task bring me closer to the life and business that I want to create or that I am creating? Or am I acting out of fear or out of love? Now, I believe fear is our friend when it is for good, when it is for the progress. It's good. There is love in that. So, are you acting out of fear, as in like shameful or blame or, you know, negative emotions that you're labeling it as? Or is it a positive that you can find that this is about love? This is about growth. This is that anticipation and excitement. That's fear being your friend. Check in with yourself. If you get sweaty palms and have that pit in your stomach a little bit or the butterflies because you're about to go speak life to people, that's a good kind of fear. It's your friend. It's telling you this is exciting. This is growth. These questions can really help you refocus, recenter, and really ensure that everything you do is in harmony with your greater vision, right? If you're here to speak life to people and you feel really like, oh my gosh, right? You may label that as fear or anxious to be a speaker. That was my story. And that's because we have a greater vision and purpose of speaking life to people to inspire and empower them to do the things too, even afraid, even unsure, trusting, the intuition, the feeling to know that this is about that recentering to your vision, that growth point. Okay, so number 5 is mindful breaks, right? Allowing yourself time to reset. Yeah, even you, the multi-passionate achiever, active person, like this is important to take those mindful breaks. Go outside, put your bare feet on the ground, go take a bubble bath, go do some mindset meditation, some quick yoga, some stretches, really be intentional about doing activities that bring more mental clarity, right? It isn't lazy to take mindful breaks, to step away from work, to go for a walk or stretch or breathe and just be. These moments of stillness recharge your mental energy and allow you to return to your tasks with renewed focus. Yes, and amen. They're so powerful. Slowing down actually speeds us up when we listen to our bodies. So wise. So wise to listen to our bodies. Take those mindful breaks. All right, let's wrap this episode up. Embracing the flow of soulful success. To my incredible women listening, your mind is your greatest tool for soulful success. When you take charge of your focus, clarity, and alignment, you unlock the magic of intentional living. You are living on purpose when you have those things, when you're focused, you're clear, and you're in alignment with your values and who you are and taking those actions. That's living on purpose. Remember, you are in control of how you show up. That is your choice. You are choosing the way that you want to show up. You are worthy of managing your mind with grace, clarity, and power. Lean into these techniques that I've shared and watch your life begin to flow with more ease, joy, and success. Now, I talked about 5. I'm going to rattle them off really quick again to share with you the 5 that I said. So number 1 was a getting started with your day mindset ritual. Number 2 is the power of those micro tasks. 3 is time blocking, having those focused times. 4, the daily alignment check-ins. And number 5 is those mindful breaks. In this episode, if this episode resonates with you, if this supported you, if you needed to hear this today, I invite you to take the next step in managing your mind. Share this episode with a fellow soul sister who could also use these reminders, right? Or these awarenesses. And I hope that you'll join me next week as we dive deeper into soulful success from the inside out. You are powerful. You are enough, and you are exactly where you need to be. Love yourself, live fearlessly, do all things with purpose. And until next time, stay aligned, stay focused, and always choose on purpose. I'm your host, Becky Ploutz.